for interfering on police operations and on protecting syndicates and all of those. But when he was confronted by one member of the ad hoc committee in the portfolio committee, he publicly said, I quote, "I wouldn't say corrupt per se, but on the 6th, he told the public that I'm corrupt, public." That's why I was saying the other time, I'm like wearing his allegations and smelling his allegations. Then he tells the public that no, I wouldn't say corrupt per se, and so on. A police officer can't talk like that. A police officer must say, this person is corrupt, here is my evidence. He can't become a politician per se, although chair members, because of what has happened, we are now looking at the trust. You would have looked for the trust and for any other thing and put it on the table and then go to the TV rather than going to TV first. And then you come back, you say, I'm looking for this. Otherwise, all of us would be guilty on a daily basis if police officers in South Africa just go to TV and say, you are corrupt, but I'm looking for evidence. I'm looking for this and that and so on. That's the first thing. Very, very worrying contrast if we could have high-ranking officers working like that in the Republic. But let me go for this. On the 20th, Chair, it's important to highlight that it is Minister of Police, Mchunu, who at this moment is on suspension, who initiated the cancellation of the tender, 360 million. And I read that News 24 article early in the morning, just after 6. And when we were flying to KZN together with the National Commissioner, I gave him my cell phone. I said, have you looked at this thing, this article? And he looked at it and he said, yes, I know about this. I did make an inquiry with supply chain about this, and they said, no, the tender had been done properly. That's what National Commissioner said. And he added by saying, if you want a briefing, I can organize a briefing for you. And I said, National Commissioner, I would want a briefing because if the portfolio committee asked me about this, I wouldn't be able to answer, even though it was awarded before I came. And that's how we landed at the process that was now reviewing this, which ended up with all of us agreeing that the tender was so flawed that it actually shouldn't have been awarded in the first place, and it led to its cancellation. So I want this ad hoc committee to know, and everybody to know that I initiated the cancellation. So I was very worried when National Commissioner made a joinder at Madlanga Commission saying he wonders whether I knew that the tender belonged to Matlala. The article I showed him on the cell phone was clearly written Matlala. He saw it. So I didn't know why he is now wondering that I possibly may not have seen. Now, supposedly twisting the sentiment to the public in a worrying, manipulative manner, that I showed him the article blindfolded, and had I known that it was the tender belonged to Matlala, was awarded to Matlala, I wouldn't have done what he did. I want to make it public that I got both shocked and disturbed by that. I have very good relations with the National Commissioner. He would have known me by then, and it shouldn't have surprised him. And even now, if I see the thing, I would still have said, cancel this tender. And that's why I engaged on the process and saw it to the end. I saw that the tender had been awarded to Matlala. I deliberately initiated this and followed up even in January, leading up to the cancellation. And I confirm that I stand by that initiative. Thank you very much.